because we have been in this era, we still are in modern era, and we are basically witnessing between modern era and postmodern era. So it's like we are uh, at the cortex of these eras. Some values we following with modernity, and obviously we are heading towards in depth and heights of postmodern as well. So this era of modernity started around 1500, 1600 years, 1600s, like 400 years ago, and when the microscopes were discovered. So we went into the details of everything. We started to invent and write a lot of scientific theories in medicine, in sociology, in politics, in rationality, in religious dogmatic stuff. We done. Our whole point of view was under the shadow of probably science, and that science, rise of science, brought a lot of revolution in church, in religious context, in quality of the life as well, in relationship of with the God as well. And this rise of science brought a new paradigm of thinking, which is rationality, which is the scientific investigative mind. We start to follow that as well.
That is
We
like
also we also sorry.
request.
Yeah, 1 second, sorry. My child is here. 1 second, sorry. Hmm. Okay, thank you. Sorry for interruption. So that all was the product of our modern era, or we call it modernity. Especially the people and nations and movements started to go against the scientific lover people and nation. Religious opposition was on a high on a climax. Personal freedom was more exercised. People are now more becoming free from God or social imposed restrictions in form of laws and tradition or dogmatic social values. So in modern era, a lot of chaos was happening and is happening as well. However, there are great things were happening and still is happening in modern era. So let's go and we will overview about in modern era how the God, okay, you call that God Allah, or you can call this God as a Christian God in English, we call, you can call this God as a Krishna in Hindu civilization, or you can name this God as something which you believe on your God. Anyway, but how the God uh, is viewing in this modern era, how the language is used as a tool in this era, and more importantly, what is the idea of spirituality in modern era, because these three things are so important. I will not cover each and everything in modern era. We will only consider these three things: God, language, and the spirituality. Okay, these three things we will only need to understand in this class, and I will cover it. Okay, so let's go and we will understand what that modernity was. Very brief, very short. Okay, because my topic is not to make you aware about what the details of the modern era was or is. Just I want to, like I said, how the God, language, and spirituality is practiced or seen. That is my purpose of my class. Okay, is but we need to know that what the background or the context of the God, language, and spirituality, what we're going to study. So, modern era is the era of invention, discoveries, um, where wheel was discovered, motor cars are discovered, aeroplane uh, will be discovered, and yeah, that's fine. Absolutely, it's 2:30. Gaisha, I got it. I think we will be finishing within next half an hour, so you will be free by then anyway. So you're very welcome. Uh, we have a new person. Her name is Sana. Oh, hello, hi Sana. Thank you for joining my class. You're very welcome. And if you have question, uh, you can type or you can unmute your mic and you can speak directly. Feel free to ask or just attend and participate as well. You're very welcome. So, this era also brought a big idea of Renaissance. Renaissance is a revolt which in Europe happened, and they brought enlightenment in Europe and America. Um, Particularly in Europe, it started in Italy, based on Roman civilization, in supported with some of the Islamic Golden Age as well. So that era basically was Renaissance. People were coming out from the church authority. They were starting to limiting the influence of God on that time, and lot of hundreds and hundred scientists, they were producing scientific literature based on observation, based on experiment, based on imperial investigation, based on scientific discoveries, and in geology, in medical science, from human body to astronomy, uh, from physical laws of gravitation to the atomic model, as well, molecules, compounds. So these are all started to learn because the microscope was invented, and microscopes was the biggest breakthrough in the scientific revolution. Um, and that revolution and its application is still going on. Like you and me, we all are uh, attending and watching and listening and talking with each other based on our internet and machines, camera, microphone, and this is all within the scientific revolution. So that's a great tool or invention and discoveries we did, isn't it? But how we need to take it, uh, that is more important question, because uh, too much romance with science, too much romanticizing with modernity have brought a lot of complications and psychological problems to the modern mind as well. So that's why there is a new era was started in 1950. We call it postmodernism, which was against big criticism, against science, against rationality, against scientific discoveries, against that positive mind. We think that as well. And anything which were we doing or believe in science, they question in a bigger degree as well in postmodern. I learned and I made a class last Saturday as well on postmodern, which I'm going to upload on my YouTube channel. So if you missed about this postmodern class, that topic on postmodern, you can